Hello everyone, my name is Dilshan Yedmina, and today we will be presenting our research progress on the topic, the impact of emotional intelligence in leadership on project success in the virtual teams. This research is a part of our work for a unit PPMP 20019, and moving into next slide. What's included? We will gonna present the research problem, research question, research objectives, literature review findings and themes, and etc. So moving into next slide, uh, let's discuss how research problem, objective, and question has developed and what are they. So research a problem. The foundation of our research is the increasing use of virtual work environments, especially in project-based industries in Australia. While traditional leadership model often emphasizes face-to-face communication, virtual collaboration brings unique emotional and communication challenges. Emotional intelligence or AI plays a vital role here. AI can foster trust, promote open communication, and ensure team dispute physical distance. However, dispute it is acknowledged importance. There is a lack of empirical evidence linking EI in leadership in to project success in Australian virtual teams. Our study aims to fulfill this gap and help redefine what leadership success mean today virtual landscapes. Um, Research question. Our research is guided by three core questions. First one is what is the level of emotional intelligence among virtual team leaders? Second one is which specific EI components are utilized most effectively in managing these teams? Third one is how does emotionally intelligent leadership influence project success in virtual settings? Research aim and objectives. The aim of this study is to examine the relationship between emotional intelligence and project success in virtual teams. To do this, we have three objectives. First one, evaluate the level of EI among virtual leaders. Second one, identify the key EI components they use in the team management. And third one is determine the influence of EI on the project outcomes. Artifact. These are the draft of section 1, and we are working on significant of the study of these days. Literature review. Our literature review started with identifying the several themes supported by numerous academic studies. Move with the literature review. This slide is key themes. There are three standout themes from the literature. First, AI enhances the leadership through improved decision making and conflict resolutions. Second one is virtual teams shared leadership and empathy become even more important to the keep leader team connected and motivated. Third one, training and development in emotional intelligence can significantly enhance team performance in remote settings. This insight make it clear that AI isn't just nice to have, but it's critical for the virtual leaderships. This is the key findings. These are our key findings, and we have explored how AI impact project success, the role of the different leadership types, such as transformation and shared leadership, and the need for the training in emotional competencies. We also looked into communication and decision-making challenges and cultural and regional differences in virtual leaderships. Um, Research gap. So we found several important gaps. Most studies are regionally specific and often conducted in developing countries. This limit they are relevant to the Australian context. There is a little focus on trait level EI, that is understanding which specific trait like empathy or self-awareness are most impactful. Also, many leadership model designed for face-to-face environments haven't been tested in virtual settings. And lastly, much of these data used in the previous studies in self-reported, which introduce basis. Addressing the gaps. So our study directly addressing the limitation we focus on virtual teams in Australia, regional and context often overlooked. We narrow our scope specifically a virtual environment to make and result more relevant to current work realities. We also focus on trait level analysis, breaking down emotional intelligence into components like self-awareness and social skills. So our approach is quantitative, helping to the produce the objectives, evidence-based findings, and this gives the study practical relevant more for today's remote and hybrid work culture. So, most relevant articles. So, we have rounded our research in three highly relevant studies. First one, Foranato 2017, directly linked emotional intelligence to the virtual team success. Zen 2022, explore how empowering leadership fueled by EL can enhance project performance. And last one is Miller 2021, presented practical training for framework for developing emotional intelligence in virtual project management. So I'm hand on presentation to the Pasindu.
Thank you, Dilshan. First, I'm going to talk about artifacts. We propose that leaders' emotional intelligence, their self awareness, self regulation, empathy, and social skills directly influence how effectively they lead the virtual teams. This leadership effectiveness then determines the team's project success. We grounded this model in two well-established theories. Our main one is Goleman's emotional intelligence framework. So, which give us a clear way to measure different emotional intelligence components and transform leadership theories which help how emotional intelligent leadership inspire and motivate their remote teams. This is our annotated one. So next, this is our literature summary table. So we have used 14 literature review papers. Next, this is our theme matrix. These are our key finding analyses. And finally, this is our drafts. In our methodology, to test our framework, we conducting quantitative surveys which virtual team leaders across Australian industries. The survey measures both leaders' emotional intelligence and their team's project outcome, allows to look for meaningful relationship. For example, we ask leaders to rate states like I can accurately team members to emotional during video calls, or I adapt my communication style based on how colleagues are feeling. We then respond with project success metrics like meeting deadlines, staying with budget, team satisfaction scores. This approach will help us to move beyond. Next. This is our conceptual framework breakdown structure. In our hypothesis, based on this model, we will we have developed the following hypotheses. Our main one is there is a significant positive relationship between emotional intelligence in leadership and project success in virtual teams. Next. So, in our theoretical model, we have divide into three part categories. First one is Goleman's emotional intelligence framework, transformational leadership theory, and shared leadership theory. So, methods. These are our methods used for this study. This is the quantitative study using snowball sampling method to reach 50 virtual team leaders. We we collect data using online surveying with validated instruments like Goleman's emotional intelligence scale, and project success indicators. Analyzing will be done through SPSS using multiple regression to access relationship between variables. Next. So these are our expected contribution. So we divide into practical and theoretical part. In our practical part, enhancing leadership practices with virtual teams, guidance for HR and training programs, support for remote work policies development. In our theoretical part, extension of emotional intelligence theory, bridging a gap in across domain research, contribution to organizational behavior. So, in our ethical considerations, before we wrap it up, it's important to note that we have designed this study to strict ethical guidelines, all particularly in voluntary response are anonymous and data is securely stored. We also recognize some limitations like Australian specific focus potential limited global application and the enhanced challenges of measuring something as complex as emotional intelligence through survey. However, we believe these limitations are outweighed by valuable insights we'll gain about Australian virtual workplace specifically. Next, and this is our timeline table. Next, so in here, personal reflection. As we concluded, I want to reflect on why this research matters now more than ever. With remote and hybrid work become permanent features for our professional landscape. Understanding how to lead effective in virtual environment isn't a academic, it is a crucial organization success. So we are excited to contribute evidence that can be help to shape better leadership development for Australian digital workforce. Next. And finally, this is our survey draft. And these are our references. And thank you very much.